Why does it seem to me, right, and I don't think I'm the only one, why does it seem to me that there's just few masculine men left nowadays? I mean, with me being a kid and not really being very masculine, in a sense where I was a lot more shy, quiet, fearful, not willing to take the lead, all these things. But as a kid, a lot of kids are, a lot of little boys are really. And then that's where the role of a father or of a man who is masculine is to come and teach the kid. But really, from my observations, when I look around and I see a lot of dads and a lot of guys in general, a lot of men, whether young or older, generally are not that much holding the masculine frame. They're just not even masculine at all, some of them. Now, I do not want this video to be like one of them red pill talks you may have seen, or I do not want to be like Andrew Tate on this video, but I'm genuinely questioning as to why. I feel like I know why. Because if you, as a man, are genuinely masculine, especially if you have a lot of testosterone running through your body, running through your veins, and you fully express that, you are seen as a fucking menace, a threat, fully. From my experience, from school, every school I went to, and there was always at least that one kid who was just potentially so funny, so crazy, so loud sometimes, or maybe not necessarily, and would just speak his mind, and sometimes, or a lot of the time, argue with teachers, and they'd get pissed at him. He'd get a lot of detentions. He'd get a lot of hate from potentially the girls and from the women teachers especially, apart from potentially the one or two who deep down probably liked him because of the fact that he's one of the few students who are guys there who are fully being themselves. Why is that kid so ridiculed? Because they know if he is to just be himself, that boy and that man he can grow into is such a fucking rare breed. And do you know what? It's so needed in this weak fucking world, bro. This is such a snowflake generation. You know, back in the day, 100 years ago only, less than 100 years ago, in our country, men were going to war. Men were in the trenches. Constant pain. Constant tiredness. Constant fighting. Bro. Even myself, obviously, I wasn't born and raised in them times. I'm not a soldier in World War II or whatever. Maybe could have been in my past life, but anyway. See a lot of guys who, well, they don't even want to go gym because they're lazy. That's part of being a man, I feel, almost. You have to just take, as a human, not even just as man, You've got to do some physical fucking exercise. Otherwise, your body is just there to rot. What have you got a body for if you're not using it? Honestly, that can be a whole nother rant in itself I could make. Why people don't at least just live healthy. You don't have to be an athlete, but anyway. The truly masculine man is in such high demand anywhere you go, and is in such low supply, especially nowadays. As I've said, because of the system and because of school and everything. And I'm sure a big part of it, to be honest, is how all this LGBTQ has been rising in exposure and popularity in recent years and over the past decade or so. Because I see a lot of guys who are just like wearing rainbows, which is fine by me. I don't really care, but the influence of these people and of the whole system and of just everything seems to be that they're just ridiculing a masculine man, a genuinely strong masculine leader, which we fucking need. If every family needs one. How can you be, even if, bro, if you're living with your family and you're a woman, or if you're a woman and you've got a man living in the house and someone breaks in for whatever reason, you may even be poor and there's nothing that's worth being robbed from you, but for whatever reason someone's in your house at night, someone has broken into your house, who are you going to expect to deal with that? And who should really deal with that? The fucking mum? The sister? Fuck no, bro. Whether the man wants to or not, he has to go and deal with it. And that's why, especially as a guy, I understand a lot of guys out there are not just natural born leaders, so strong-minded, and were like this from kids, from young. Most guys will feel fear and feel scared, for example, to do something like this, which is completely fine. It's completely normal. And that's why I sympathize a lot of the time to guys who are like this but still put up a fight. Because it's not easy, bro. To be a masculine man, people rely on you for certain things. You have to be the one that gets the job done. You have to be the one who wins the bread, really, traditionally. You have to be the one physically. If anyone comes to you or your family, you have to defend them. You have to kick the shit out of anyone who tries it. And so, especially if you're not just a very energetic and high testosterone man, you're generally peaceful, nice to people, and soft, which is also fine. But then as a man, you just have to put on this mask, take on this character, take on this role of being, whenever it's called upon you, a ruthless defender, a ruthless strong man who people will learn not to step to in that way ever again if they do. And there's something Andrew Tate said which makes a lot of sense. He said that the reason why that there's so few masculine men is because back in the day, revolutions All they were was a bunch of young, strong men getting together and deciding shit ain't right and doing something about it. Even though I made a video before saying there are no such thing as problems, but only situations, as I've said, it doesn't mean that you should not do anything in any situation. You can still act, but in a way which is not rejecting the here and now. And to put it simply, almost it's like you cannot think about a situation being bad as such, but your heart will just tell you when you listen to it that something's not right. And from this you must act. And from this, if a bunch of young, strong men, if a bunch of masculine men who adhere to their nature as humans get together, then you could say the whole matrix, the whole system is under threat. It's dangerous to what the whole system is trying to do. It's trying to make everyone powerless. It's trying to make everyone, if you've seen the Matrix movie, it's trying to turn everyone into a battery to energize what the vision of the Matrix is. It's just to control people. And so the last thing they want is a bunch of strong rebel men getting together and forming a group which can grow and which can do something about this matrix. So man, if you're a young man, try your best in life. That's it. You don't even have to be the most charismatic man in the room, because there could be someone who just seems more easily charismatic than you. You don't have to be the best looking in the room, because just a lot of guys will just be naturally better looking than you. You don't have to be the tallest, because that's also assigned at birth. You don't have to have the biggest dick in the world, because again, that's assigned at birth, bro. But with what you got, you just gotta say, you know what? As a man, I will try my best. When challenges come my way, I will face them. No matter how hard and how scary they could be, I've got to do it for myself and for the people around me.